Hi, this is Tracy from My Cycle and Power. Just finished up a wind trainer ride a little bit ago, and figured since I have my camera out here and everything else, I would sort of finish up my review on the Cervelo P4 and just talk for a little bit about some of the other things I didn't quite touch on during my written review of the P4. You can see here I have the P4. I'll kind of pan around it. Love this bike. It's fantastic. Some of the stuff I was talking about a little bit ago in the article, you know, how the brake is a little bit squishy, and that's just because you can see that it runs. It does a whole bunch of different cable runs until it finally makes it down there. The other thing I wanted to show you, see if I can do this with it in the trainer. You see there's that little cover there, over there, and I'm not going to take it off for this thing, but inside there are the cable guides, and that's the area that you got to be careful with, the cable guide coming out. And the only time that's ever happened to me is when I have the bike and I've kind of finished up with the ride, and I've got it in my small ring in the front here, and then I just take the manual shifters, and if I drop it down too fast down into maybe like my 15, that's usually where that cable will get loose, and it'll cross over another portion. And the easiest way to tell it's done that is that it won't let you drop it into the 12. And actually, you know what, my bike was shifting kind of crummy earlier today, and you can see that it's not dropping into the 12. So that's a pretty good guess that it's crossed over there. So before I take it out today, or before I get it out on the open road, I will just pull that cover off and then put the cable back where it belongs. I'm guessing that the guys at Cervelo will have a hot fix for that or something for the mechanics fairly soon. But it's funny because it's never really affected me during an outdoor ride. It's usually just on a wind trainer or when I'm finishing up. The other thing you got to be careful of is with the water bottle. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but this water bottle has fallen out on me a whole bunch of times, and I found the trick is that you don't fill it up all the way. You basically just fill it up probably to right about there, but it has a tendency when you hit a bump to come flying out, and you can see I sort of repaired it. And what I'm going to, and the material's real thin, so you got to be careful with that. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to buy another brand new one and keep it for the bike, and then with this bike here, or this one here, I'll just use, and if I drop it some more, it won't be the end of the world. But I'm kind of a perfectionist about my bike. Anything that's just a slight bit off, it really bothers me, and I sort of insist on having a bike that's clean all of the time, and I insist on having a bike that's well maintained. A bike that doesn't shift drives me crazy. As a matter of fact, I should point that out too. However they improved the cable routing on the P4. It's been fantastic. I was so frustrated. I had 7800 Dura Ace on this before, so I think it's a combination of the 7900 and improved cable routing. But I was so frustrated with the way the P3 was shifting. I was actually getting ready to just go 100% electric, and just to buy the electronic shifting, but because it shifts so well now, and like I said, I mean, I expect my bike to shift instantly, and I don't want any kind of hesitation. I don't want anything. And with this new 7900 and the way they've routed it on the P4, it's just been fantastic. The other thing too, I pointed this out. Let's see if I can see it. That's that little adjuster, micro adjuster there, whatever you want to call it, for the wheel cutout. That's what adds or removes the space here in between your wheel. I tend to run my stock wheel, my normal training wheel, kind of far away from the edge of the frame. That way, if there is a rock, it's not going to just get, run through there and just destroy the paint. Anything? Oh, this is improved here. You can see they used to have the two bolts here, but they've just added a single adjuster there. And I've never had a problem with my chain or my C-post slipping, but some people have. I typically, you can see here, I just mark like all of the pros do. They just mark with a piece of tape where their seat is at. That way they know it. You can also see here there's a slight curve out for where the wheel goes. The guys at Cervelo have said that they've figured out that actually having a wheel cutout there is not always a good idea, and the reason is because in the real world, very, very rarely is your wheel in perfect alignment with the down tube. I guess it's down tube. Yeah, so normally, you're kind of riding around like that all the time, and so it's better to have this airfoil shape here through the whole length of the frame. So these guys really, really thought about everything, and I've just been ecstatic with my P4, and very grateful and thankful that I'm able to ride one. It's been just a dream come true. But anyway, those are kind of some of the other things that I thought I would point out to about the bike. And I guess with that, I will sign out. Again, this is Tracy from My Cycling Power. Thanks. Bye.